And in the end, Shinpei Okubo was found not guilty. But only a month after his release, everything changed.
Yeah.
The same girl who had so bravely proclaimed Okubo's innocence died by the man's own hand.
Right, what do we got to do next? Let's take a wee look. Where do they want us to go? Are we supposed to just sleep? Talk to Sana again. Is that my actual mission? That's a main case. Here we go. Huh. Right, so we were in, I remember we were in here. Oh, we just had to leave the building. My hat is sideways as hell. What's the old man doing lying on the ground? Is he okay? Go check out. You okay, dude?
Excuse me.
Are you alright? Need mugwort. Mugwort, there should be some growing just behind that fence. Sorry, but could you grab some for me? Okay. Feel like this is a trick. Well, if I missed the miracle man, the guy saved my life. Yeah? Just in the right place at the right time. Glad to see you up and about. I don't eat blood, you know. This means you owe me this. Okay. Find mugwort. He said it's behind this fence. Ah. I don't see any plant here.
Excuse me.
Just stuff it in, close the lid, shake it. Ah, all right. Ooh, now I'm feeling much better. Glad to hear it, old timer. What was in that drink just now? Called extract. Technically speaking, this is a medicinal decoction, but extract rolls much easier off the tongue, does it not? But forgive me for not introducing myself. I am Iyama. I make and market my own extracts right here in Kamurocho. That's why people call me the Hermit of the Dragon's Place. The Hermit of the Dragon's Place.
This is Yagami.
People just call me Yagami. What's this Dragon Place thing about? You know that abandoned building in the hotel district? That's the Dragon's Palace. My pharmacy's on the 4th floor. Pharmacy, so that mugwort was one of your ingredients. Yes, I came here to gather ingredients for an extract I'm making, but I got winded and ended up taking a nasty fall. Glad you were around. Otherwise, I might not have made it. I just met a man who's apparently a hermit that makes drugs in an abandoned building. That's not strange at all. Oh. Well, if it isn't Yagami, ready to die, punk? Oh, the Kahin gang, of course. Hey, get your ass over. Oh my lord, there's a lot of you. Is he going to give me an extract that's going to help me kick their butt? Oh no, the old man's just leaving. Oh. Ow. Get off me, Ogata. Woo. Let go. Fucking Jesus. Pardon my French. This guy's kicking my butt. Oh my lord. Bro, what the... What the hell was this guy? It's like he's invincible. So you don't even have a fraction of his strength. Oh, here we go. You got yourself into quite the pickle, Yagami-san. Yama-san, you shouldn't be here right now. Now hold your horses. I want to at least pay you back for your help earlier, so I brought you a little something. Thunderstrike. What is it? One of my miraculous homebrewed extracts. Of course, once you drink it, well, you'll find out soon enough. You didn't chit-chatting with your hobo friend over there? Hurry up and fight me, asshole. Damn it. Right, drinking a medicinal extract will temporarily imbue you with one form of power or another. For starters, try using the Thunderstrike extract, which can be found in Items app under Recovery Items. Wait, we have an instant kill extract? For 5 seconds? Man did not know this. Man did not know this. Thunderstrike. Oh no. Get up, Yagami-san. You're no match for me when I have a bicycle, bro. Oh no, he's running at me. Oh no, this is not good. We shall heal. For full health. What's this gonna do? Do we use Thunderstrike again? He has a lot of health P. Health P? HP. We got him. Get up, Yagami! Get up! Rude. Oh my god. Yes! Damn, that was difficult. Dude was strong. Oh. His head, like, you see how strong his head was? It made the bike explode. That's all I'm saying, man. What the shit? My thoughts exactly, people. Get out of here. So this is the power of your extract. How was that?
Yep. Pretty down.
Yeah, I had no idea it would be this potent. As thanks for saving me, I'll give you the key to the Dragon's Palace, so feel free to come by whenever you want. Oh, thanks. The Dragon's Palace is a nice casino, a gambling hall, so swing on by if you're looking to get away for a while. Wow, sounds like there's all kinds of stuff over there. Whoa, my back is killing me. Even these extracts of mine can't fix old age, it seems.
Excuse me.
You think you'll be okay? If not, I can always give you a lift back to the Dragon's Palace. No thanks, I wouldn't want you to go out of your way like that. It's fine, I wasn't actually planning on going that way. Don't let it trouble you. Are you sure? Then I'll take you up on your offer. Okay, we're giving him a lift there then, I guess. The Dragon's Palace. Where's the gambling hall here? It just looks like a creepy old abandoned man's house. What is all this? Why don't you have a seat? Some kind of stew. It totally reeks. What the hell did he put in here? Ah, curious about my hot pot, are you? Well, this would be the liquid base of our extract. You mean this weird stew? Correct. That stew contains a special broth that, when mixed with the right ingredients, turns into extract. These extracts are specifically concocted to draw out the essence of each ingredient and transfer that power into the body. I mean, when I drank it during that fight? Indeed. Now listen close. Extracts can have a variety of different effects depending on the one you make. See how there are many types of extracts here? Each one requires a different set of ingredients. You can find all the ingredients you need by looking around the city. All you need to do is add them to the broth and you're done. That doesn't sound too hard. Nope. In fact, I have just enough ingredients to make another extract. Why not try it yourself? Well, it never hurts to try. Let's do this. Ah. So you just may bring the ingredients over here. Extract recipe. You want to try your hand at brewing more extras, then go gather ingredients. Also take this gourd. It's filled with a special solution that allows you to brew your own extracts at any time.
Excuse me.
Why does this recipe say scavenger hunt on it? Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. There are errands I'd like you to run. I'm trying to develop as many new extracts as possible, so I'd like your help with collecting the right ingredients. If you make me the extract listed on this recipe, I'll teach you how to brew more. But for now, get to scavenging. Hope it all goes well. Well, Hoshino-kun is waiting. I should head to Child. What way is out? First? Oh, I'm tired. It is 10:21 AM. I'm tired. So you just need to take your stretched coil. Okay. Let's go. We should probably, we've got so many skill points that we should. Oh, actually, we don't actually have that much SP. Boost combo speed. Yes, please. Okay. I wish you could ride, but I think I've said this like every episode, but I really wish you could ride the bicycles and stuff in this game to get around a bit quicker.
Bring it on.
Fine. Nice.
And stay down.
And stay down. Right. Well, we probably could have got a taxi from the other end, to be fair. It probably would have been quicker. Oh well, we're here now. Probably gotcha. The fugu.
Sugiura.
Kaito-san told me you'd be here. Don't forget about me next time, yeah?
I won't.
Wish you'd fucking forget about me. Is there a reason your little gang needs to keep meeting up here?
It's so nice of you to let us use your store, Higashi-san. Especially when you're clearly so opposed to the idea.
Don't talk down to Yakuza, kid.
It's okay, Higashi-san. I think we all know you're nicer than you let on.
What the hell?
Damn, and you're braver than you look, Hoshino-kun. You got the skills to back it up?
Just a third-degree black belt.
Oh, damn.
Not that I've ever had to use it.
Well, I'll call this meeting to order.
Sure. I'll do the honors. Masamichi Shintani of the Genda Law Office has been murdered. Given that his eyes were gouged out, it's likely the mole was responsible. And I'll need all of your help to track him down.
What say you?
The ADDC, huh? Weird time for that to come up again.
Again? It's come up before?
We can talk about that later. What's important now is Shintani called them before he was killed.
I don't get it. What's the connection between Shintani and the ADDC?
I think I remember them being in the news a lot last year. Something about a new drug that could win a Nobel Prize.
Yeah, here it is.
The ADDC's research into AD9 has now been published in one of the world's leading scientific magazines, leading to the gathering of reporters from both Japan and abroad that we have here today.
It's a brand new dementia drug. They call it AD9. This was right after Director Kido from the ADDC published his paper on it. They're still undergoing clinical trials on larger animals, but apparently every single mouse they've given it to has made a full recovery.
Now with
The man giving the presentation here is Dr. Ryusk Kido, a world leader in neurophysiology and the primary researcher on AD9.
He's the one who showed me around the center when I was looking into Okubo's case. Guess he's been the director for a while now.
From what I can tell, the Ministry of Health is increasing the ADDC's budget to hasten the development of AD9. They're even adding another building to the center. It's a huge project.
Damn good deal they've got.
I'm still not getting it, though. Why Shintani go and call them?
That's what we're about to find out. And there's only one way to do that.
Come on! Can't just take a man's phone.
Give him a call.
First off, we'll need to figure out who Shintani was calling.
Yeah, but how are we gonna do that over the phone?
I suppose that all depends on your acting skills, Detective Yagami.
Just have to figure out who he called and why.
ADDC, front desk speaking.
Hi there, ma'am. This is...
Shintani's dead.
This is Takayuki Yagami from the Yagami Detective Agency.
Hello there, Yagami-san.
I'm calling about a lawyer named Shintani who I believe contacted you yesterday. I was wondering if you could connect me with whomever he spoke to.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that. It's in violation of our personal information policy.
Well, the truth is, Shintani-san passed away yesterday. This is the last number he dialed, so I'm calling to ask about him.
I'm sorry, but that information is private.
God damn it.
You'll need a warrant if you want to know more. I really am sorry, sir.
I see. Thank you anyway.
Gonna have to go down a different path then.
No way this happens over the phone. It'll be faster to just head over there myself.
You think that's gonna work?
Not sure, but I know the director, remember? Worst case scenario, I come back empty-handed.
I'll come with you, Yagami-san.
Okay, me and Nagashi will go check out what's going on with the Matsugane family. Shouldn't be tough with Hamura out of the picture.
Hey, I don't remember saying I was gonna help you.
By the way, Yagami-san, whatever happened to that guy from 3 years ago? Shinpei Okubo.
He's in the detention center. Been there since they gave him his death sentence.
Have you ever gone to see him, Yagami-san?
No. Why would I? Why do you ask anyway?
I don't know. I was
I
wondering
wonder if
what he
that's
was
his
like.
brother or something.
The case got tons of news coverage, you know. I was also wondering what you thought about the case. I mean, did you really think that he was innocent?
Tough questions, dude.
Probably.
But then he walked and killed his girlfriend. You defended him for that too, yeah?
Your point? I did. Okuba-san asked me to after he murdered Emi-chan in cold blood too.
Yeah.
Did you believe him then too?
He kept saying the same thing. How he could never have killed anyone. But I didn't believe him, no. Fighting for him in court made me sick to my stomach.
Do you think he deserves the death penalty?
That's enough of the question, Sugiura.
Whoa, my bad. Was that too far?
Nah.
If you say so.
Yagami-san? You're heading to the ADDC now, yes? I'm gonna grab a taxi for us. I'll wait for you over on Park Boulevard.
Something's going to happen between here and there, surely. Can he be that simple? I don't know which Shintani one's the one we're doing at the moment, right? Masamichi Shintani, a lawyer who worked for the Genda Law Office. He was found dead in the closet at Yagami Detective Agency, having suffered one fatal chest wound and 2 empty eye sockets. Since Shintani was responsible for setting Hamura free, his murder is speculated to have been the work of the Kyorei clan. However, the fact that his eyes were gouged out considerably dampens this theory, as it resembles the mole's MO. The mole, the culprit behind the Kyorei clan members, gouging the eyes out of his victims appears to be his modus operandi. To date, the mole has never targeted anyone outside the Kyorei clan. However, seeing as how Shintani had his eyes removed in a similar fashion, it is suspected that his death is somehow related to these incidents. Proprietor of the Yagami Detective Agency, where Shintani was found murdered, Yagami had previously collected evidence with Shintani to help get Hamura off the hook. After all, the two lawyers were colleagues until 3 years ago. Sayori Shirasaki, a lawyer from the Genda Law Office and one of Shintani's colleagues, worried about Shintani's sudden loss of contact, Sayori called Yagami to investigate, and that's when he found the body. Ryuza Genda, director of the Genda Law Office, considered Shintani, the mole's latest victim, to be his greatest pupil. Issei Hoshino, the newest member of the Genda Law Office and a colleague of the late Masamichi Shintani. Satoshi Shioa, captain of the Kyorei clan of Kansai. His rank is right below the patriarch, acts as Koba's right-hand man. Shio is the kind of Yakuza who doesn't hesitate to make examples out of those who do him wrong. It is thought he came to Tokyo to take Hamura's life for killing his subordinates. Shintani was possibly targeted by him as well. Tsuru Kuruya, a detective working for the Kamurocho brand of the Tokyo Police Department Organised Crime Division. As his title suggests, Kuruya, I don't know how to pronounce his name, mainly handles cases involving criminal organizations, which includes Kyorei clan murders. Reisuko Kido, director of the Advanced Drug Development Center. Kido is internationally renowned for his research paper on AD9, a new medication for Alzheimer's disease. Oh, there's a lot of reading. Mafuji, prosecutor from the Tokyo Public Prosecutor's Office. Mafu, quite similar with the lawyers at Genda at the law office, including the late Shintani, who happens to be childhood friends with Sayori Shisaka and even dated Yagami during his lawyer days. Shintani's body, bullet wound. Shintani is found dead inside the Yagami Detective Agency bullet with a bullet wound in his chest and hidden in a closet for an undetermined time span. Judging by trace amounts of blood in the office, it's assumed that the body was relocated from the actual scene of the crime. A photo of Shintani's corpse taken by Yagami. Both eyes are missing, indicating this murder was likely the work of the mole. Everyone Shintani contacted by telephone the day he was murdered can be found by searching his call history. It's been revealed that his final call was to a member of the ADDC. And the AD9 research paper. In 2017, the ADDC presented a scientific paper on an effective treatment for Alzheimer's disease, authorized by Professor Ryusuke Kido. The treatment takes the form of a medicine called AD9 and was reported to have fully reversed Alzheimer's in mice during initial animal testing. And we read those. They're all the same, that's fine. We'll get rid of that one. Clear that one as well. We'll clear that one. Koichi. In 25, the body of a previously missing ADC patient was found in the remote mountains of Okutama. Shinpei Okubo, the linen worker at the ADDC, was subsequently arrested as a suspect. Prosecution presented the case as premeditated murder. Okubo allegedly killed the victim inside the hospital, wrapped the body in sheets and then dumped it in the mountains. In spite of overwhelming odds, the court determined that Okubo was innocent and he was promptly let go. The defendant responsible for this release was a man named Takayuki Yagami of the Genda Law Office. Waku, the victim. Waku was abducted from his hospital bed at the... That's rough, man. Drug Development Center. His body was later found in the remote mountains of Okutama. Suspected of murdering... And then us. Okay. So we need to go to the ADDC then. We probably need to do some gambling soon as well. Now that we've got a lot of stuff, we can start spending some money on. There's a side case here. That was Toganaga-san's hat, right? It's loose again.
Over here, Yagami-san. I have a taxi for us.
Hold on. ADDC.
I've heard a bit about this place before. But the ADDC, isn't it just one part of a larger organization? If I recall correctly, they call it the Medical Institute. Is that accurate?
Yeah. They own every last inch of this campus.
It's incredible. Even with all these buildings, they're still getting budget to expand from that new drug. So? Is it the same as you remember?
Yeah.
Huh? Don't go too far ahead, Yagami-san!
The ADDC.
What are you all shaken up for? Calm down. Just stick with me and you'll be fine. Got that, Yagami?
He's going insane.
Yagami-san! Try not to just ditch me, okay? Is something wrong?
It's just... After 3 years, it still looks the same.
Huh?
Almost like time itself has stopped.
Yagami-san.
Come on. Front desk's over there.
Okay. Here.
Do you have an appointment, sir?
I don't, sorry. My name is Hoshino, from the Genda Law Office. This is my partner, Yagami. We're here to talk about a murder that took place in Kamurocho yesterday.
A murder?
A coworker of ours named Shintani. He was the victim.
We have a record that he called this center before he was killed.
Huh?
We're hoping you can help us track down exactly who he spoke to.
I'm very sorry, sir, but I can't provide such private information.
Well, could I at least talk to Director Kido instead? He's an old friend of mine. Just let him know Yagami stopped by, to say hello.
I don't think that'll be necessary. Look over there.
Why do I get the feeling they're not actually old friends like this?
Gentlemen, I really don't know what else you want from me. I have nothing more to say. I've told the police all that I know.
Director of the ADDC, Ryusk Kiro.
Yeah, I know. Sorry about all this, Director. Problem is, my partner here won't give it a rest till he sees the scene of the crime. But I'm sure we'll be leaving soon.
That's not what we agreed upon. You know this isn't about how long it takes.
And what about Okubo? I take it he's still not fessed up.
No, not quite as of yet, sir. But we all saw where the body was. Exactly where he said it would be.
Quite true. Not much point in fighting this now. The Minister has made it clear that he wants it resolved soon as well. Just look at how much trouble one contractor has caused.
Sorry, which minister? I didn't know about this, sir.
The Health Minister. It's all his call how much funding we get.
Director, if I may, if you would just direct me to the scene of the crime, I could head over there myself. I'll be out of your hair in no time, I assure you.
I'd rather you didn't wander on your own. So instead, she can show you. Terasawa-kun, these gentlemen here are Shintani-sensei and,
Yagami.
It's a pleasure. I hope I can help you find what you need.
Well, with that, I'll be taking my leave.
Thank you again, Director. Apologies for all the trouble.
This way. I can show you how to get to Waku-san's room.
Who's Waku-san?
The guy who died in his room?
Oh, yeah. And you are... Terasawa-san, huh? Wow, you're young. And a looker to boot.
Can we keep this professional?
Huh?
Nice try, Shintani-sensei.
Okay.
Not the friendliest girl in town, huh?
Oh,
we're not exactly welcome.
Put in like a memory.
After I busted my ass to pass the bar, I always figured I'd have my pick of the ladies.
Follow Terasawa.
Right this way, please.
What's the point in that?
Straight ahead is the ADDC's general ward. Waku-san's room is on the 4th floor. This was the room assigned to Waku-san.
What's down there?
That's the research wing, where they develop all our new drugs.
Oh.
You can't get in without a gold key card, though. Not even I have one.
Fair enough.
Gold, huh?
I suppose because it's the heart of the center's operations.
Huh.
They want to get in there.
The world back there. Security like that must be a bitch. Come on, Yagami.
You can tell by Yagami's face, he's like, I'm gonna get in there in a minute.
Before he died, Waku-san spent most of his time in here.
And when was he admitted?
2 years ago, with Alzheimer's.
Some kind of dementia, right?
Alzheimer's is a neurodegenerative disease that leads to dementia, yes. In fact, it's the cause of almost 70% of all dementia cases.
So, they're one and the same, kinda? Anyway, do what you gotta do, Yagami.
Uh-huh.
Where's the pretty cat?
What the? Has anyone else slept here since Waku-san's death?
Nobody, no.
And Waku-san was missing from his room the morning of the incident, yes?
That's right.
So, he was murdered here, then carried out.
I can't say for sure, but it's likely.
Okay. Right, here the cat.
Uh-huh.
Oh! Kitty cat.
Hey.
Got him. What am I with? Oh, wait.
The window's sealed shut. There's no way Waku-san could have escaped through here.
The entrance?
What the? All the rooms have windows like this, right? It seems like people would notice if something was going on in here.
Well, we only have so many employees in this ward. The halls stay fairly busy, but it's mostly dementia patients moving between appointments.
I see. I wonder how the room looks from the hallway.
You got all you need from here, yeah?
I think so.
Cool, we're done.
You can definitely see what's going on from out here. Shintani-sensei, can you lay on the bed for me?
I guess so. Care to join me, Terasawa-san?
Oh, God.
What do you got to lose?
Such a pig. Sorry about
it was a
him.
joke.
So from this vantage point, you can't make out the person's face.
So, was this the colossal waste of time I knew it'd be?
Nope. I got something I'd only get from being here.
Does it matter? It's been days. Case is practically closed. Shinpei Okubo is guilty as hell.
Well, according to him, he's not.
Of course that's what he says. Consider the facts, though, man. You want to review the case?
Okay.
Sure. Let's go over what we know so far.
Whatever you want. All right, here we go. Our victim was the patient staying in this room. Koichi Waku, male, age 66. At 8:30 a.m. on the morning of the crime, the nurses noticed he was missing from his bed. Given Waku's degenerative state, they assumed he was wandering around the hospital somewhere. But after being unable to track him down, hospital staff filed a missing persons report.
Right.
You know what a dementia patient's like, though. Hard to imagine they'd make it outside on their own. The only conclusion then was that somebody must have taken him out of the hospital. After inspecting all the cars that came in and out of the center, they were left with one possible suspect. A laundryman by the name of Shinpei Okubo. It didn't take much prodding for Okubo to confess burying Waku's body out in the mountains. And lo and behold, 3 months after Waku disappeared, the cops found his body rotting away right where Okubo said it'd be. Cause of death was most likely suffocation, but they still don't know for sure. Any objections to this so far, Yagami-sensei?
Actually, yeah. You're forgetting something.
And what's that?
Okubo-kun insists he didn't kill anyone. All he admits to is dumping the body.
You can't say for sure that the guy who dumped the body actually committed the murder. By budging that, I'd be admitting Okubo-kun did it before the trial even started.
Oh, sure. But come on, Yagami. Guy's got a history of assault, and it's on record. Roughed up his girlfriend. Accidentally broke her finger.
Right, but that was over 6 years ago. He was just a kid. Got drunk, made a huge mistake.
And what? It's okay for a kid to hit a woman?
Of course not. But that's not what he's on trial for.
True.
I don't condone what he did. But legally, committing one crime doesn't mean you're guilty of another.
Fine. But what about Okubo's shaky alibi? He said he left the center at 10 a.m. after grabbing the sheets from the general ward. Claimed Waku-san's corpse somehow got loaded into his truck. Who's gonna believe garbage like that?
If anyone should, it's his lawyers.
We're meeting with Okubo after this, right? You should just be honest with him. Tell him the case is unwinnable.
Are you two done here?
Yep. Can you show us the garage next? The one where Okubo-kun parked his truck. The service entrance, I think it was. That's the only other place we'll need to see today.
We'll need to take an elevator down there. Follow me.
New info's been added. The Koichi Waku murder. So the new bit, he's age 66, found in the mountains, we know that. 3 months after he disappeared. Shinpei Okubo and ADDC Linworkers arrested after the police checked vehicles coming in and out of the hospital. Nurses realised Waku was missing at 8 on the morning of his disappearance. Kubo collected the hospital sheets around 8 a.m. and left the ADCC in his work truck at 10 a.m. the same morning. Waku's body was eventually retrieved after Okubo disclosed its location to the police. Although his exact cause of death is uncertain, Waku's autopsy seems to indicate that he died from suffocation. So we did the evidence, that's fine. Okay.
I'm ready to go.
Well, let's get out of here then. Pretty awkward, like this. I don't know why they added this. Just have a fade cutscene or something like that. Actually, there's nothing I can do. I'm literally just going to be walking. Maybe I'm missing stuff. Maybe there's stuff I can collect. I don't know. A bit random, isn't it? Just follow her.
Hey, Yagami. You're never gonna last if you keep taking cases like this. Criminal suits are a constant test of your conviction. Your sense of justice. They don't even pay that well.
Careful who you say that around.
Look, just chill out, okay? Take it from me. I've been around the block way longer than you have. Looks like a regular old garage to me.
You'd make it out with no problem if you put a body into your truck down here. It's quiet.
It is.
Hey, Yagami, check this out. These are the carts they use to collect sheets and linens. Day of the crime, Okubo was all over the hospital with one of these things. Would have been simple for him to sneak a body in there and cart it right out.
Maybe so. Where was Okubo parked on the day of the incident?
Oh, The truck was parked here, with the back facing the elevator. Here's a recreation of it.
I see.
DNA evidence from the victim was found in the flatbed of the truck. That's proof enough that the body was there. And when they confronted Okubo, he flat out admitted it.
Right.
There was evidence that the body was in Okubo's truck.
What else am I supposed to be looking at in here? I guess we should talk to her.
When was Waku-san last seen?
Just before 8 a.m. on the day of the crime.
Yeah, 7:50 to be precise. An ADDC scientist will be testifying to that. He claims he saw him nice and cozy in his bed.
I see. Can we talk to this witness?
I tried to get an appointment, but they shut me down. Said they don't want us interfering with their research anymore.
They're not willing to make an exception this once?
This isn't an issue you want to push, Yagami. Worst case scenario, you get charged with witness intimidation.
All right,
We don't want
all right.
that.
Anyway, the victim was last seen at 7:50.
That's right. Breakfast is at 8 o'clock, so the patients who can walk on their own gather in the break room. But on the day of his disappearance, 8:30 came and went with no sign of Waku-san.
You thought you'd find him quickly. Didn't exactly turn out that way.
Right.
Got that, Yagami? Here, let's go over some more details.
Sure, let's hear what the great Shintani sensei has to say.
All we know is, Waku was taken out of his room sometime between 7:50 when he was last seen, and 8:30 when everyone noticed he was gone. During that 40-minute span, somebody suffocated Waku and stuffed him into the laundry bin. Nobody suspected there was a body in the cart. And the only clear culprit was Okubo, the man in charge of the laundry. To further back this up, DNA evidence from Waku was found in Okubo's truck. Then when the police questioned Okubo, he confessed to burying the body in the mountains of Okutama. 3 months after the crime, Waku's corpse was finally found. With me? This thing's airtight, Yagami. I know you're getting into this, but come on. Just give it up already. You don't have a chance.
Even though Okubo says he's innocent, I promised him we'd do everything we could.
Not my problem. You shouldn't make promises you can't keep.
Fine, then I'll do it alone. You don't have to be involved.
Even if I'm not, the loss will hurt Genda-sensei's reputation.
I'm sorry, but our client says he's innocent. I can't back down from this.
Fine. I'll be in the lobby.
This is where he's going to want to go across.
If you like, I could take you to see Waku-san's room again.
You don't mind? That would be great.
Don't really see anything out of the ordinary, though. Speculated that Waku's murder took place between 7:50 a.m. when he was last seen and 8:30 a.m. DNA evidence from the victim was later discovered in the truck. So the
window sealed shut.
Are you finished?
Yeah, there's nothing else in there.
I've seen what I need. Anything else you can share?
long will
Show me where the
Okubo-san
toilet
sentence
is, and
be?
he's going to try and go down that corridor. Guaranteed.
If he's found guilty, that is.
Probably 10 years, maybe more. It's hard to say for sure.
And what if he confesses? Would they shorten his sentence?
Well, at the very least, it'd make a better impression than insisting he didn't do it.
But you're still going to push an innocent plea? Even though Okubo-san is the one who'll suffer for it?
If he's really not guilty, he won't have to. I'll win. But to be perfectly honest, this is my first criminal case.
What?
Civil cases have been a mixed bag for me, too. I've actually lost more than I've won.
Is that so?
Apparently, a smart lawyer would never even consider an innocent plea in this case. Guess it's a good thing that I'm not
she's
so
the girl
smart,
that
because I honestly
Okubo's
believe I can
girlfriend or
win.
whatever, isn't she? Then ends up being
Terasawa-san,
killed.
were you close to Okubo-kun?
I spoke to him pretty often, yes. I would see him
think- I
around the
could be
ward all the
completely wrong.
time.
And what did you think of him? Did he seem like the kind of guy who'd do something like this?
I'm sorry. The director told us not to say too much.
Wait! If you know anything that can help, just get in touch, okay? I'll do whatever it takes to set Okubo-kun free. But I can't do it alone. Just give it some thought, Terasawa-san. Just now, we went to the ADDC. Thought I should have a look at things with my own eyes.
And how did it go?
There's no chance you walk. You're practically a lost cause.
Hey.
Jeez.
Yagami-sensei, is that what you think?
It's like this, Okubo. You tell me you're innocent, and I'll fight to the end. I really have nothing to lose by helping you out.
It's just like I told you. Whoever did it is framing me.
Jinbei Okubo.
On the day of the crime, you were in the general ward of the ADDC, yes? Starting at 8 a.m., you went around to each room and gathered the linens.
Yes. Nobody would dispute that.
And after that, you covered Waku-san's nose and mouth, suffocated him, and then carted him out in a laundry bin.
He's so
That's
straight
not true.
talking.
Waku-san wasn't there when I went into his room. I didn't see him at all that day. You have to believe me.
And I do. So when you went down to leave the center at 10 a.m. after gathering the linens, you realized there was a body hidden in the truck.
Yes. That's what happened.
Then, after debating whether or not to report the body, you chose to hide it in the mountains.
That's going to be a huge hurdle to climb in the trial.
I had a criminal assault on my record. I knew the police would have suspected me if I went to them.
Aren't you forgetting the bad blood you had with Waku-san?
Huh?
Bad blood? What are you talking about?
3 days before the murder, Waku-san claimed Okubo-kun here punched him and stole his wallet. They told me all about it at the center.
When did you even ask?
How the hell do we get him out of this
While
case?
you were busy chatting up Terasawa-chan. Even if I bitch about it, I'm still damn good at my job.
Well, Okubo-kun, did you take his wallet or...
Not quite. They call it delusion of theft. It's a symptom of dementia. You think something's been stolen from you, then blame the first person you see. Not the easiest thing to deal with, right? Someone accuses you of theft for no reason? Must have been a shock. So when Waku-san tried to hit you, you just about hit him back.
But I didn't hit him.
No. You murdered him.
I wouldn't kill a man over something like that.
Ah, I wish I could believe you, pal. Come on, Okubo-kun. You got a record of violence.
It wasn't me. I swear. Somebody set me up. Please, you have to believe me. Whoever did this is laughing at all of us right now.
Calm down.
Yagami-sensei, do you believe me?
I do.
Okay. Then next time, come alone.
Fine. I can take a hint. You and Yagami-sensei can cuddle up all you want.
Hey, you know that nurse, Terasawa-san? Cute girl. Sounded like she was worried about you. Bet you'd have a chance with her once you get out of here.
I don't know. If you'll excuse me.
Pretty sure she's the girl that gets killed by him. Damn, we're still back in time.
So Shintani just left you hanging, huh? He's gotta learn some damn patience.
Maybe so. But this is my case now. I can handle it myself.
Huh. Okay.
Okay, guess we're staying back in time.
Yagami-san.
Hmm?
Have you seen Mafia lately?
Where's this coming from?
She's just not that great with men. I suggest you be more assertive.
Right. Okay.
You mean that friend of yours, Saori-kun? She's got Shintani all riled up. Said he'd have been nicer to you if he knew you had friends who looked like her. Jackass.
Hey, nothing's official yet, guys. Regardless, keep it on the down low, okay?
Yet? That word says more than you think.
Oh. Oh. That was confusing.
Mafia-kun's a prosecutor, right? Isn't it kind of taboo for her to date a defense attorney?
Can we not do this?
Either way, guess the Okubo case comes first. We're pleading innocent, yeah?
That's the plan.
What is your plan here? This isn't gonna be an easy win.
Well, I'm working on that. There's one piece of evidence that still bothers me.
Yeah? And what's that?
What should I focus on if I want to prove Okubo's innocent? In Okubo's truck bed. This?
The DNA sample they found from Wakusan. It was in the flatbed of the truck Okubo-kun used for work.
Right. That's why they went after Okubo in the first place.
As for Wakusan's body, it was hidden in the pile of sheets that had been loaded into the truck. He said he noticed it when he was just about to leave the ADDC.
And then he panicked and buried the body in the mountains of Okutama. As I've seen, he's admitted to that much at least, right?
Yes, but he insists he didn't commit the murder.
Maybe so, but you're gonna need evidence if you want to prove it. Did we get anything else from that truck? Like maybe a DNA sample from the actual killer?
Sadly not.
No, nothing like that.
Well, that's a shame.
Well, that's not my point, though. The evidence I showed you is...
That evidence won't win you the case.
What the hell's your problem?
The Shintani?
Was that Shintani?
I think so.
Get back here!
That bastard. Oh, was eavesdropping on you.
Oh, damn.
Hell?
I tried to stop him, but he pulled a stun gun on me.
Hey,
Oh, it's her.
wait up!
Can tell it's her. I saw that red hair.
Hold up!
What is she eavesdropping for? Nearly got her. Hold up, lady. I know it's you. Terasawa. Hold up. Get back here, Terasawa. Fuck. Yep.
You won't get away.
God damn it, you might get away because I fucked up. Never mind, you're not getting away.
A woman?
Help! Someone help me!
Aren't you Terasawa-san?
Let me go!
We got a groper out here? Scum of the earth!
Oh god, they're everywhere.
Not on my watch, you son of a bitch!
Street thugs. One down. Two down. Three down. Four down. Just you, bro. She gone. Oh no, she's
Can all
still
lawyers
there.
fight like that?
This is a long episode. But it's all kind
Did
of the
you really
same
need to
thing,
run
which is
away
why I
like
don't want
that?
to just end it.
I assume you came to see me.
There was something I wanted to talk to you about, yes. But I wasn't sure if I should. Then that pig-headed friend of yours started shouting, so I just lost it.
Okay, but did you have to tase him? Not that he didn't have it coming. Anyway, I'm listening if you want to talk. No matter what it is, I'll keep your secret. Anything you tell me will fall under client attorney privilege.
Well, you know the witness who last saw Waku-san? Said he saw him sleeping in his bed.
Uh-huh.
Well, that witness is a man by the name of Shonosan. He's one of the scientists at the ADDC. Not only that, but he's the director's right-hand man, too.
And this is him?
Pretty much your run-of-the-mill researcher.
Yes. He's a very dedicated doctor, so the nurses have a lot of faith in him. But something felt off when I heard what he had to say about the incident.
And what's that?
I guess I'm just skeptical as to whether or not he actually saw Waku-san. I don't think he's intentionally deceiving us, but he may be mistaken somehow. And if I had to guess, I'd say the other nurses feel the same.
Still, why hasn't anyone mentioned this until now?
How could we? Nurses talking about a doctor behind his back? That's not something a nurse could do without consequences. And if it came to a courtroom testimony...
None of you would testify?
Maybe the other nurses wouldn't, but I would. I never really fit in over there anyway. Besides...
Yeah?
I think Okubo-san is innocent.
Oh, really? Sounds like I've finally got an ally on my team.
Okay. Oh, this is it.
I'm currently employed as a researcher at the Advanced Drug Development Center. Part of our research consists of clinical tests we perform on patients in the general ward of the center. On the day of the crime, I was making my usual rounds through the ward.
Yoji Shono.
And what time was that?
Around 7:50?
You're sure?
Yes. The patients eat breakfast at precisely 8 o'clock. I always head to the break room myself, right around then, too.
This break room, to be precise?
That's correct. Our more mobile patients walk there for breakfast instead of eating in their own rooms. Then, while the nurses help the patients eat, I ask about how they feel and how the medicine is treating them.
And on the day of Waku-san's disappearance, you passed by his room before going to the break room?
Yes.
And in that room, you saw Waku-san lying on the bed?
Yes.
Can you describe the situation to us as you remember it?
The door has a window, so you can see into the room from the hallway.
And this is the room you're referring to, yes?
That's correct. From where I was standing in the hallway, I could see Waku-san lying in bed. He was asleep, with a blanket covering most of his body.
And what time was that?
Around 7:50.
No further questions.
Right.
Yagami-sensei, why did you call her to the stand?
She actually asked to testify. Is that a problem?
Not really, no.
Here's my chance for a comeback.
Terasawa-san, you were present for Shono-san's testimony just now, yes?
Yes.
And what is your opinion on that testimony?
For a scientist, I felt his wording was rather imprecise. And as a medical professional, I felt his actions were negligent.
Could I ask you to be a little more specific?
Our witness, Shono-san, claims he saw Waku-san sleeping in his bed during his morning rounds. However, there's no way he could have known that just by looking in from the hallway.
I have evidence supporting Terasawa-san's testimony.
Shono shouldn't have been able to see Waku. I have evidence to prove that. Panoramic view. Is it that one, right?
Please look at this. It's a photograph of the victim's room as viewed from the hallway. In other words, this is what Shono-san would have seen when he checked in on Waku-san.
This evidence points to this fact. Oh my lord! It could be any of those. Maybe?
Waku-san was already dead when Shono-san went to check on him.
What are you implying?
I don't know.
At the time, the defendant hadn't yet collected the linens. In fact, he hadn't even arrived at the ADDC, meaning Okubo-san could not have been the murderer.
Assuming that's true then, why did he go through the trouble of hiding Waku-san's body in his laundry cart?
Huh? Well, depending on how you look at it.
Please. You know this is a court of law, don't you?
Shit, I have to calm down. Let's try this again.
Sorry, let me... Our witness, Shono-san. However, I'm not convinced that's actually...
It's that one.
It's a photograph. In other words... Shonosan was lying when he said he saw Waku-san in the bed.
This is that.
Excuse me? What he saw from the door was likely nothing more than a bulge of sheets. He couldn't have been able to identify it specifically as Waku-san. So to claim as much in his testimony seems like quite an exaggeration, don't you think?
But common sense would dictate otherwise, would it not? Who would be in the bed other than Waku-san?
The staff nurses are trained to always enter a room when checking in on a patient. In Waku-san's case, it's impossible to tell anything just by looking in from the hallway.
We got it.
There was actually one time a while back where we thought he was under the covers, only to find Waku-san eating in the break room a second later. And upon re-examining the room, we realized that we had mistaken a bunched-up pillow for Waku-san.
The witness makes an important distinction. The prosecution asserts that Shono-san's testimony is clear, that the victim was taken out of his room at some point between 7:50 and 8:30 in the morning. They claim that because of this time frame, the defendant must have smuggled Waku-san's body out in his laundry bin.
That's why Okubu-kun was assumed to be the only person who could have killed Waku-san.
But if Shono-san's testimony is invalid, as the defense asserts, we have to consider the possibility that Waku-san was taken in the middle of the night when nobody else was around. After which, the killer could have waited until the morning to plant the body in the defendant's truck. In other words, the defense establishes that there is reasonable doubt that Okubo-san is the killer, rendering the prosecution's central argument unsound. Your Honor, taking this new testimony into account, I'd like to call Shono-san back to the stand for cross-examination.
Here we go.
Shono-san.
Yes?
Let's see how Shono responds to that evidence.
I'll get right to the point.
Testimony
On
out
the
in the
day of the
open.
crime, what did you see when you looked into Waku-san's room?
I saw Waku-san asleep in his
Here
bed.
we go, I think.
And did you get a clear look at his face?
Nope.
I don't remember.
So it's possible that it could have been someone other than Waku-san in that bed. Or maybe even a pillow that you mistook to be Waku-san's body. Isn't that right?
Objection! The defense is leading the witness.
Overruled.
Sustained. Please rephrase the question.
Shono-san, can you say without a doubt that Waku-san was in that bed when you checked on him?
I don't think I can, no.
Then the defense rests. But I do have a quick remark for the prosecution.
Huh?
Prosecution's argument has fallen apart. Now it's going for the kill.
The charges against my client stem from your assertion that he's the only possible suspect, assuming the crime took place within the stated time frame. However, the defense has proven without a doubt that Shono-san's testimony is unreliable, establishing reasonable doubt for my client. I would suggest then that you withdraw the charges against my client. With such inconclusive evidence, you'll only be wasting the court's precious time.
Oh, we went for the jugular.
The prosecution does not consider the witness's testimony inconclusive. His memory of the incident may be fuzzy, yes, but that doesn't change that he saw the victim.
So, your whole case is based on a fuzzy memory? This promising young man's future is at stake, and you're willing to throw that away on unreliable testimony?
Dr. Shono is a bright and diligent researcher. After watching his own grandmother develop dementia, he vowed to create a drug that could cure the disease. After paying his own way through medical school, he went on to become the head researcher at the ADDC. Day after day, Dr. Shono visits his sick patients out of the kindness of his heart, leading to his valiant testimony here today. If you want to know whether I trust this man, then my answer is a resounding yes.
In other words, because he's such a great researcher, his testimony is infallible. His own admission that he's not sure is somehow overlooked? Is that the sum of it? Because from here, it sounds like you're putting your faith in Shono-san's title, not his testimony today.
The prosecution is not as easily swayed as you think. And you want to talk reputation? What of your client's history of domestic abuse?
Uh-oh, he's going to bring Okubo's record.
6 years ago, the defendant broke his girlfriend's finger. The poor girl is still suffering from the effects. And the cause? A minor, drunken, disagreement. Now, fast forward to what occurred a few days prior to the crime. Waku-san, suspecting the defendant of stealing his wallet, lashed out and punched the defendant in the face. Given the clearly violent nature of Okubo-san here, that alone would be motivation enough to murder the poor old...
The girlfriend.
Is something wrong, ma'am? Please remain seated while court is in session. Terasawa-san?
Okubo-san is not a violent person. And he hasn't even had a drink in over 6 years. Not a single drop since the incident.
My court will not stand for this commotion.
He didn't blame Waku-san at all. He knew that the outburst was just caused by his dementia, that it was all the sickness's fault. So there was no reason for him to resort to murder.
Terasawa-san, please.
Okubo-san really is an incredible, caring person.
Please leave this courtroom
God.
at once.
You're right that he may be hard to approach, but he's a kind soul, and he always keeps his promises. Okubo-san's not the only person in this courtroom who would be affected by a guilty verdict, either. As a matter of fact, it would break my heart. And even through it all, he wanted me to keep this a secret, not to tell anyone, not even his lawyer, that we were dating.
I don't think you could test. I don't know.
Even though he knew he could have ended up in prison, making sure I was safe was the only thing in the world he cared about. That's just who he is. But when the prosecution has already decided he's a criminal, how could he possibly be given a fair trial?
Her little outburst wasn't technically admissible, but as the trial dragged on, it hung over the jury like a stone. And in the end, Shinpei Okubo was found not guilty. But only a month after his release, everything changed.
Yeah.
The same girl who had so bravely proclaimed Okubo's innocence died by the man's own hand.
Why? There they are.
Hi.
Something wrong?
No, it's nothing, Vice Minister.
But...
I haven't seen you in about 3 years, Kido-san. I see you're still the director.
You look familiar, but I can't quite place the name. I seem to recall you looking sharper.
I'm a detective based in Kamurocho now. The name's Yagami.
Ah, I remember now. You're the reason Terasawa-kun's no longer with us.
Great savage.
Remember, Shono?
Okubo-san was unstoppable. If only my testimony had been better.
Shono-san, right?
Does it matter? What brings you here anyway?
I'm investigating a murder, and I'll need your cooperation with it. Just like old times.
This has been very long. Good
Yes,
lord.
I see. Yes. Thank you. It does seem we received a phone call from this Shintani-san you speak of.
Do you know who he was calling?
Dr. Shono.
The same Shono-san you were just with?
Why would Shintani call Shono?
Yes. However, it's unclear as to what the point of the call was meant to be. Shono was away from his desk at the time, you see, and Shintani-san didn't leave a message.
Right.
You have no idea what he wanted to talk about?
None. Shono says he doesn't know a Shintani-san, and sees no reason why he would be calling.
Oh, really?
Shono and I co-authored the research paper on AD9. We're quite well known, as it turns out. Sometimes, complete strangers pretend to be close friends or relatives in order to contact us. Perhaps Shintani-san fell into that category.
Have you heard of the mole murders taking place in Kamurocho, Dr. Kido? 3 Yakuza, each one with their eyes gouged out. It's a grisly business. Shintani was killed in the same way.
I've seen the news.
Can you think of anything tying the ADDC to those murders?
Huh? Look, just what are you implying? Look, I believe we're done here. There's nothing I can help you with.
Please stop! You can't!
Who are you?
Detective Kuroiwa, Kamurocho Police, Organized Crime. One of your guests here has information related to the case I'm currently investigating. That would be you, Yagami.
Hmm?
I'd like to speak to you as a material witness to the murder of the lawyer Masamichi Shintani.
Hey,
Is that
what?
so?
Okay, we'll save it. Oh, chapter 6.
The mole's latest victim was the lawyer, Shintani. The last call he made brings the case that ruined Yagami 3 years ago back to the surface. A patient was taken from a hospital and found buried in the mountains. Yagami defended the suspect, Shinpei Okubo, and got an acquittal. But 1 month later, he murdered his girlfriend Emi Terasawa with a kitchen knife and burned the remains.
Collusion.
I'd like to speak to you as a material witness to the murder of the lawyer Masamichi Shintani.
Is that so?
I'm Hoshino, an attorney at Genda Law Office. Officer, is this interview voluntary, or...?
It is.
It's your call, Yagami-san.
Probably best to do it.
I think I'll pass.
Oh.
Excuse me?
You have your answer, sir. You can go now.
You can make this easier if you come now. Next time, it won't be voluntary.
Your empty threats don't mean much to a lawyer.
Can you take this elsewhere? I really must be...
Too bad he's not a lawyer anymore, then. Your friend's nothing now. Just come along quietly. I'll come back with a warrant if I have to.
I'd like to see you try. Why do you suspect me anyway? I bet you don't even have a reason.
I can come up with a few good ones.
Enough! Get the hell out of my office.
You'll regret this, Yagami. Kuroiwa-san.
He's angry.
You two, out.
Before we go, can we speak to Shonosan for a sec? We need to know why Shintani called him.
Listen, I already told you he doesn't know. Get it through your skull. Now, please leave.
No problem. We'll let you get back to work.
This is really getting out of hand, don't you think? I can't believe that detective thinks you're a material witness.
Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about. But what I'm more interested in is how he even knew where to find me.
That's a good point. How would the police know we were here?
Beats me. For now, let's focus on Shono, though. It would be a waste coming here and not talking to him.
Agreed. Let's see if the receptionist can help us.
All right, we will do that in the next episode. This has been a very long episode, people. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, make sure you go hit that like button, subscribe, and most importantly, get yourselves a beautiful day, and bye-bye.